Hi, everyone. We're here at the Hammond Civic Center for the 2026 induction ceremony for the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. I'm Tom Bialik, your host for the evening, and I'm joined by Zach Miller. Zach, what are you thinking?
This is an incredible place. There's no better place to be on this evening, Tom, than the Hammond Civic Center. You can feel the legends. You could feel the gravity in this building. It might be a little nasty outside, but it's perfect and beautiful in here, Tom.
Some rain coming in, they say, but you're right. What a beautiful place. A lot of history here at the Hammond Civic Center. So many wonderful, just simply amazing sporting events that have occurred here over the years. Not to mention things like the circus and KISS concerts a little before your time.
Oh, yes. I remember. I'll tell you what. I've been to a couple circus events here in my time here when I was younger. I remember going to a WWE event when I was younger, probably about 15, 16 years ago. That's one of my highlights. Some of my favorite moments of my childhood have been spent here at the Civic Center.
Well, we've got a great list of candidates that we're going to induct here tonight, some that have been around for a long time and others sort of the new generation, if you will. We've got a great tribute for our Steering Committee Chairman, Wes Lukosius, getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. I know I'm letting some things out of the bag here, but why not? He deserves it. It's going to be a great time.
Oh, yeah, so I'll tell you what, though, our people watching from home, they're going to be able to see and watch this back, so we can give them all the information we can while we're here. But, yes, he deserves it. We've been able to speak with him for the past number of years that we've been doing this broadcast. He does a great job here with the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame, and he deserves it.
Well, and big thanks to Region Sports for keeping everybody connected and keeping the Region Sports scene alive, which you guys do a great job of.
Yes, thank you. We have the time of our lives doing it, and like we said, this is one of the premier events that we get to cover all year long. We cherish all the events that we get to cover, but this one here, there's just a different feeling to it with Hammond, where it's just really, it's one of the oldest municipalities here in Lake County and in Northwest Indiana, and you could just feel it in the air when you get here, how great it is in the Civic Center.
Indeed. Zach, what's your role with Region Sports? Talk about yourself.
My role with Region Sports, this is my 5th year here at Region Sports. I'm the coordinating producer here, so I help out behind the scenes. I do a little bit of everything. I do a little bit of camera work, a little bit of production behind the scenes, a little bit on the air work. Really, I've been blessed to be here for the last 5 years since I started out of high school. At Gavitt High School, I was in the final graduating class, so that's why, in part, this event's incredible, but especially for me, I get to blend both of the worlds of being a kid from Hammond and having this great event here at the Civic Center.
Terrific. Well, thanks so much, Zach. Well, over the next hour, we're going to be talking with some of the folks that are going to be inducted here tonight. It's going to be a good time. Stick with us. It's going to be a real show.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Warple, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Warple. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments, each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Have you heard? Stratton-Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratton-Manteau.
Welcome back, everyone. Here, Zach Miller here with the Region Sports Network from the Hammond Civic Center for the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Joining me right now is Lake County Sheriff candidate Jason Gore. Jason, how are we doing here in this great building here?
Oh, I'm doing great. The Civic Center looks wonderful. It's a beautiful tradition. I'm super excited to be here.
You, Jason, you're a 1990 Hammond High graduate. Can you talk to me about your experience with Hammond High and all the great athletics and sports memories you may have had there?
Sure. Hammond High has had a storied athletic past, and we had a lot of great athletes. When I was there, I was a two-sport athlete, so I played football and I threw shot put. I played with some really, really great athletes, and we had some great memories on and off the field. I have friendships that I have to this day that I definitely cherish and appreciate.
What does it mean to come here as you're a candidate? What does it mean to come here to the Civic Center and to talk to everyone about the different sports memories and the different associations here with Hammond, such a historic city?
So, I've been in this building for concerts, sporting events, baseball games. I've been in this building quite a bit. And to come here and see a bunch of, men and women that are also from Hammond that had great experiences, and then, they're being honored or they've been honored, to come here and, to see it, people again, shake their hand, see that everyone's doing well. That's super special.
We were talking about, me and our host for the evening, Tom Bilek, talking about the KISS concert the different circuses, all the fun events that have happened here at the Civic Center with the history that has happened and the history that is going to be made and celebrated here tonight. I want to talk about a bit of the induction ceremony and the process of every 4 years having the different candidates come in. Can you speak a bit about that?
Sure. What I like about, the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame is that every athlete honored here had 4 years and 4 years only inside the school to play sports, to build their acumen, and to achieve what they achieved. It's very, very fair. If you look at, some of the professional or even college, well, not so much college, but professionals, we have some players that may have played, 10, 12 years, and others that may have played 3 or 4. Here, you get 4 years, and that's it. So I really like that. It's kind of evens the playing field for everybody.
There's a bit of an induction ceremony, and you'll see on our packets there's an ability to sign people up to try and get them inducted. I'm going to put you on the spot here, Jason. Who are some names that you would like to see be inducted into the Hammond Hall of Fame?
Okay, here we go. So going back, I'd like to see Matt Taylor, Joe Stankowski, Ruben DeLuna, probably Mike Gramhofer. I'm not sure if Pat Long is inducted, but he should be. Rob Pettit is. Larry Fallrad, Greg Bohinnick, and some of these gentlemen may be in already, just off the top of my head. Timmy Zazada. Those are the people that come off the top of my head.
You heard the man. That's going to be future Lake County Sheriff Jason Gore. If you don't get him in, or else. Thank you so much, Jason.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, and you guys have a really great evening.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, Jason. This is Zach Miller here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Warple, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Warple. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments, each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Hey everybody, Tom Bilek here, back with you one more time with Region Sports, the only game in town. I'm joined by Sanchion White, inductee to the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. Sanchion, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for having me, asking me questions here.
Terrific. How does it feel to be here at the Hammond Civic Center on your big night?
It feels awesome. It feels great just to be in an atmosphere with so many familiar faces and just to share this moment with people. So.
Now, for those maybe not familiar with your background or totally familiar with your background, you're a Hammond High graduate, played some junior college basketball, and then you went to some other school that's somewhat famous for college basketball.
Somewhat. Yeah, University of South Carolina. There
Beautiful.
you go.
Talk a little bit about that progression from Hammond High to ultimately playing for Dawn Staley at the University of South Carolina. If you can, in 30 seconds, what was that like for you?
Truly special. Truly humbling, special moment. Just to be from a small town in Hammond, Indiana, small kid with big dreams. To take my talents to Central Arizona and then later in University of South Carolina. Truly special. So, dream come true.
Any particular lessons that you learned along the way, coming from Hammond and then progressing to South Carolina? What's maybe your one takeaway lesson that maybe you could pass along to some young girls at home?
Yeah, I would say continue to work hard. If you have dreams, to making it in whatever, sports or just a job or whatever, continue to work at it. Work hard, and you can make it anywhere, especially coming from Hammond, Indiana. So.
Now, I'm sure you're probably a hero to many young girls. Who are your heroes? Who's someone that maybe you look up to or looked up to as a young girl?
You know what? That's a great question. I would say you caught me off guard with that one, Tom. I would say my mother.
Okay.
Yeah. Looked up to my mother, strong woman. She's everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
Provided everything I need, everything I hope for, everything I wish for. She worked hard. I would say my mother. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a great answer because I think that's the same answer I would give. She's my hero also. Unquestionably. Terrific. Now, what was it like playing for Coach Staley? Any particular lessons or takeaways from that experience? That must have been really a memorable one.
Yeah, absolutely. Tenacity. Tenacity is the first word that comes to mind in whatever it is, basketball, in life. Just to have that grit and tenacity and take it with you, work hard. I would say tenacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
About how old were you when you realized that basketball was certainly your future?
I would say maybe 12 years old.
Okay.
That's probably the first time I started playing organized basketball. About 12 years old, 6th grade.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Big thrill for you to be here tonight?
Yeah. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to spend this night with so many familiar faces. So, yeah.
Sanchian, thank you so much for joining. We're going to have a nice time tonight, and we're looking forward to your induction speech.
Thank you.
Terrific.
All right.
Thanks so much, Sanchian. I'm once again Tom Bialik. We'll be taking a little break here. We'll be back. Once again, Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side. A reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Zach Miller here at the Region Sports Network, back with our presenting sponsor here of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame, Hammond 5th District Councilman Dave Werpel, a.k.a. the Mailman. How are we doing, Dave?
I'm doing good, Zach. It's kind of weird sitting here talking to somebody I delivered mail to when he was on a big wheel.
Oh, the big wheel. You know, there's so many stories I get to say about that. Yeah. But one of my favorite stories is my twin brother, Luke. He was valedictorian at Gavitt, and he came into City Hall to talk to different people about it. And I remember him coming in, and he had you were sitting there adjudicating it of some sort, and he's like, of some sort, he came in there, he's like, wait a second, I know that kid. He was the one on the big wheel all the time. What are you doing? I'm like, oh my gosh.
Just, it goes back to you never know where your life's going to take you,
That's how I feel about a lot of this, Steve.
I graduated from Gavitt, and the next day I'm delivering mail, and I did that for 37 years, and then I retired in 2016, and shortly thereafter, my opportunity arose, and I got on the council.
Can you talk about the history of Hammond sports here? Like you've said, you've been a lifelong Hammond resident, Gavitt graduate, Gladiator stand-up. Can you talk about the history of Hammond sports?
Well, Hammond sports, believe it or not, especially in the early years, like in the 1900s, 1910, 1920s, there's a lot of famous athletes that came from Hammond, Some of the more recognizable ones, obviously Darrell Cheney and the different guys that played pro sports, but going back to the professional football, legend says that it got its start in Hammond, Indiana with Paul Pardone and Doc Young, and there's a rich history in Hammond, and I'm proud that I had the opportunity to sponsor this for you guys tonight.
We appreciate it so much, Dave. I wanted to ask you about that because I've been able to see you've been following a lot of the early football NFL history in Hammond. Like you said, there's been a lot of discourse lately, about the Chicago Bears coming to Hammond. It's like, well, I don't think there's any better place for the Bears to come to because we already had a founding charter member of the NFL with the Hammond Pros.
Yeah, in 1919, George Hallis played for the Hammond Pros, and back then they had these industrial leagues, and some of them were semi-pro. And a lot of the business owners that sponsored these teams, they were put together so they could bet each other on the games.
Yep.
And it was funny because in going through a lot of the old newspaper articles, after the 1919 season, George Hallis briefly signed with the Whiting Redhawks and decided, you know what, it'd be better off if I went to Decatur, Illinois. But there was a game, and we can get into that. I don't want to be long-winded, but there was a game in 1919 between the Hammond Pros and the Canton Bulldogs. And they played up at Wrigley, what is now Wrigley Field in Chicago 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Wow. And
they played to a 3-3 tie. So the business owners got together along with George Hallis, and they decided to play again, and this time they called it for the Midwest Championship. And when they played the second time at Wrigley Field, it was on Thanksgiving Day in 1919, and anywhere from 12 to 16,000 people showed up, and it planted the seed in George Hallis's head that, hey, if we get this many people to come watch a semi-pro game, maybe we ought to rethink this and take this sport nationally.
And look at what has happened because of that. I mean, the rest is history, as they say. What can you talk about some of the history, especially here in Hammond, for the South Hammond area with Woodmar, with Gavitt?
Well, Woodmar baseball, that I don't know if you're too young to be there, it became Optimist Park.
Mm-hmm.
But originally, Woodmar started over there by Withams on 167th, and when they decided to build Superior Engineering, they moved it over to Jefferson Park. And just as far as South Hammond history goes, I've seen Rich Belastic, who grew up in Gavitt Grad, Hall of Fame member tonight.
Yep.
Dave Sutkowski's being inducted, well-deserved. I always tease him, and I'm half joking when I say he created travel ball.
Yep.
With his Chiefs program.
Yep, and he has had a lot of success in his career with those Hammond Chiefs, like you said, getting inducted tonight. Dave, I want to thank you so much for not just presenting our 2026 Hammond induction ceremony tonight, but for joining us here for this interview. And it's been an honor to interview you. The
My
mailman.
pleasure, and anytime, man.
You know, it's so great, Dave. Thank you so much. We'll be back after this break to talk with another one of our inductees here. This is Zach Miller on the 2026 Hammond induction ceremony on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Warple, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Warple. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Have you heard? Stratford-Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratford-Manteau.
And we're back. Thank you so much to Dave Warple, Hammond Councilman, for sponsoring this pre-induction ceremony event. Thank you, Dave. We really appreciate that, honoring the past and building toward the future. I'm joined now by Brenda Pennington from Bishop Knoll graduate. We'll get to know you a little bit. But first of all, Brenda, congratulations on your induction tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk a little bit about your path from Bishop Knoll to college basketball. What was the one common thread that maybe you saw throughout your travels? What's maybe one thing that really stands out to you?
From Hammond all the way to Iowa, I feel like I took discipline with me for sure.
Okay, so that discipline,
Yes.
Where'd you learn that? Was that something that was ingrained in you, or something that just came to you naturally?
It came to me naturally, but it was also engraved. I feel like sports teach you a lot about discipline.
Now, I'm sure that there are many, not just girls, but probably young boys that kind of look up to you as a hero of sorts based on your stellar career from Bishop Knoll all the way on through college. What about you, though? Do you have any heroes, anybody that you look up to in particular?
Well, I remember being in 5th grade, and when I first started playing, I was watching Sanchion White. So at the time, she was like my inspiration. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, interesting. So Sanchion is also going to be inducted tonight, as you know. Small world. So what does that mean to you to be inducted into the Hall of Fame on the same night as Sanchion?
That means a lot. To be in any category with her, knowing what she did while she was here, it means a lot.
Terrific. What about any lessons maybe that you learned through your sports travels that now into adulthood? Any things that maybe stand out to you as something? You mentioned discipline, but anything else that propels you, that motivates you to move forward?
For sure. I feel like you don't get too high and you don't get too low. I feel like that helps you move through life steadily. Yeah, for sure, because you're going to take some wins and you're going to take some losses.
So we know those victories that we have in life, they make us feel real good, but maybe that jubilation, I try to contain that a little bit, because
sure.
when you have the low points, we don't want to have an equally downer effect, right?
For sure.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, so what are you up to now? What are you looking to do in the future? What's your plan?
I'm still playing basketball just all over Chicago, wherever I can find run at. I'm getting into work with the DCFS right now as well, so just getting into my career.
Okay, so you're a community community service, DCFS, so that's your career path moving forward, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. Well, terrific. Well, I know you're going to do great at it.
Thank you.
Once again, congratulations on your induction tonight. We look forward to hearing your speech a little bit later on tonight.
Thank you.
Terrific. Going to take a little break here. Once again, this is a Region Sports Nation, the only game in town. We'll be right back.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Warple, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Warple. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
And we're back at the Hammond Civic Center live with the pre-induction ceremony for the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame 2026 induction. I'm joined by Dave Borbely. Dave, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back.
Now, Dave, you're a three-sport athlete from Hammond High School, class of 77, but your own personal sports accomplishments is not what earned you induction tonight. It's your coaching career, which is a stellar one. Congratulations on that.
It definitely was not my athletic prowess. After I graduated from college, I knew I wanted to teach, and I just didn't want to be in a conventional classroom. And I really wanted my classroom to be 100 yards long and 53 1/3 yards wide, and that's what I did. And I was very fortunate that it worked out so well.
Well, as a member of the selection committee for the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame and looking at your resume, I came to the conclusion that if you didn't deserve to be here, then the Hall of Fame should be closed permanently, because your resume, in all seriousness, it's a stellar one. You've traveled the country in Division I schools. And so talk a little bit about your progression from graduating from DePaul, moving on as a graduate assistant, and then where you ended up.
Well, really what happened was after my last game, I knew I couldn't live without football. And I was fortunate enough to become a graduate assistant at the University of Evansville. I was there 2 years. Guy that I played for at DePaul, Jerry Burnt, had just taken the job at Penn. He hired me as a freshman assistant for 3 months. It was a 3-month contract, $1,000. And then I had a chance to go to University of Tennessee as a graduate assistant, and I had really made up my mind I was going to give it 5 years, and it was 5 years exactly. Mm-hmm. And my first full-time job was Rice, and then Temple, Tulane, and then really my big break came when I had a chance to go to Stanford, because that led to Notre Dame and Colorado, and some really good programs, and where I learned a lot and worked with some great people. And our offensive coordinator at Stanford told me once, he said, if you're a really good line coach, he said, you'll never be out of work. And I always took that to heart, and I never forgot it. So I worked really hard at my craft, and I felt like I finally hit, at some point in my 50s, the 10,000 hour rule, where you become an expert in your chosen profession. And I felt like things were rolling pretty good then. So it was just one move after another, and and I was very fortunate. Most of those phone calls came to me. I didn't have to make a lot of calls. Just as you get older, the phone starts to ring a little less and less.
I see.
So when it does ring, you better answer it.
Now, throughout your travels, I know you've had just tremendous impact on a lot of young men. In fact, many of your players have gone on to play professional football. What brings you the most joy, I guess, when it comes to your legacy? Is it the work that you've done on the field, or perhaps some of the impact you've had with those off the field?
I think the greatest joy is, that you can't really explain to anyone or put on paper for a bio, is when you get a phone call from a kid that you coached, maybe 7, 8, 10 years down the road after they've graduated, and they say, "Coach, I just want to say thanks for everything you did for me," and that means a lot. The good players are fun to coach, but when you can really help a young man in that phase and help him, see in him more than he can see in himself, and make him a better human being and a better person, and and a productive person in life, that's a good feeling.
Well, I'm sure a lot of these young men have looked up to you and still continue to look up to you, sort of as a hero. Who's your hero in life? Who do you look up to?
My hero, I guess, would be my mom and dad. They sacrificed a lot for me, and I remember when I took the Notre Dame job, my dad said to me, he goes, "You did this and never had to kiss anybody's ass," and that meant a lot. And he was right.
So you started right out of school, recently retired. You never really had a real job then, did you?
No.
Where you had to report to a company, press a time clock, and how does that feel? I know people at home would like to know how that feels. I'd like to know how that feels.
To not have to do that?
Right.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Every day's a Saturday, and I fill my time. I'm not really sure what I do all day, but our calendar out in Phoenix is pretty full every week, so we're having a lot of fun with it.
Well, of all the things you've done, all the accomplishments that you've made in your coaching, I think that's the one thing I admire most about you, is the fact that you pursued your passion, and not only pursued your passion, but you made a great living doing it. So congratulations, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Now, what does it mean to be here at the Hammond Civic Center and be inducted compared to everything you've done throughout your career?
It's very humbling, first of all. I've never won an individual award. Everything I've ever done has been, a team championship, a team whatever, and I've never had an individual award. So it's just, walking around the halls, looking at some of the greats that have been through here, it's very humbling to be mentioned with that same group of people.
Terrific. He's Dave Borbely, 2026 inductee into the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. Dave, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you again, my friend.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We'll be right back. Region Sports Nation, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legend and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
Tom Bialik back with you here at the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame 2026 induction class. And I will say, for me, this is like my personal Hall of Fame because I get the opportunity to talk to some of my childhood heroes and icons, and I'm with one right now, Mr. Charles Cook. Charles, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you, Tom.
It's so great to see you, my friend. Now, there are some, me included, that thought you should have been in the NFL in about 8th grade or so. You were this mythical character who I heard from. I went to Edison School, you went to Spohn, and I used to hear about this individual by the name of Charles Cook. Who is this man? Well, the next year I went to Hammond High, and I finally had a chance to meet you, and I think they underestimated you and your physical prowess, but your personality. I know I'm going on, and I'm going to give you a chance to talk a little bit about it.
Well, thank you. Yes.
I had, in fact, a quick story. When I first saw you at Hammond High, I just saw this figure, and I didn't even know who you were, but I said, that has to be Charles Cook. Talk a little bit about your career, starting as a freshman on the football team and your progression onto the track team and some of your exploits, which were numerous.
Yeah. Well, as a freshman at Hammond High, it was not easy, but it was making the varsity football team. I had to, kind of prove myself. Yes. I was one of the fastest kids, and Coach Hall really enjoyed, the ability that I had. Yes. And it was an accomplishment with Dave Nondorf's another kid that was a freshman that also was selected to be on the varsity. So it was a great honor. And then I got hurt as a sophomore in football. But then again, I played on, but it was not what I expected. I wanted a little bit more.
Okay.
But the things that were accomplished in football, it was good. But track kind of stood out there in track. It was with Dan Candiano. I ran with some of the world best high school kids, Rudy Chapa, Kerry Pinkowski, Tom Keogh. Those guys were just amazing. And my accomplishments there were good. I mean, I enjoyed it, and those are memories that I think I can always have and live with, yeah.
Well, you understate things. You were beyond good. You were actually beyond great. When did it first occur to you, Charles, that you were indeed faster, just a superior athlete to some of your peers?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Way back at Maywood School on the playground.
Okay. All right, talk about that. What happened?
What happened, lunchtime on the playground at Maywood School, the old Maywood School, we didn't have a fence around the playground. So we couldn't use balls, footballs, basketball. None of that we could use. We used a milk carton to play football. We would put sand and dirt in that, compact it together, and use that as our football. And by God, I tell you, when we played, that's how I knew I was fast. When the guys would throw a pass to me, no one could catch me. But anyway, it started there.
Kind of hit you right there.
Yes, then I went to Spohn School, and then Mr. Jacobs for track, and I mean, I was a couple of steps ahead of everyone.
Sure you were.
That's how I knew my abilities in track and field was good.
And at Hammond High during your era,
and then I went to Hammond High.
Chock full of superior athletes.
Yeah.
Much like yourself, just guys that just came into school sculpted and knew their way around.
Yes.
Way beyond your years.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes. Yeah. And then, again, even running track for Dan Candiano, which was a great coach. there were some wonderful things done there, in track and field. So, yes.
You subsequently went on to a great career with the Hammond Fire Department and retired recently.
Yes, I did. Yes.
What are some lessons maybe that you took with you to the fire department that you learned throughout your sports career?
Yes. The fire department, I'd do it again if I have to. It was 33 years of just joy. Not only just helping people, I learned quite a bit just from life itself in general.
Right.
And the fire department has done some good things for me too with my family.
Yes.
I was able to purchase a house. I was able to get my kids through college. So it was a great thing. Fire department's good for me. Yeah.
Now, I know to a lot of young people growing up, and myself included, kind of look to you as a local hero, somebody honestly to look up to. And I've been asking this question to some of the other inductees. Who is someone that you've looked up to in your past? Who is your hero?
Honestly, my mother. I wish she was here. My mom made me the gentleman that I've come to. But other guys like Raymond Cross, he reached out, helped me out with things. But yeah, my mom was my greatest, really. And I also have to say my father-in-law.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that seems to be the universal answer. I'm asking everybody who's been inducted tonight, and Mom usually come, and that's my answer too. So
yes,
we're with you, Charles.
Thank
Congratulations,
you very much.
my friend.
Yes,
just really happy for you.
Yes.
Charles Cook, athlete extraordinaire from the city of Hammond here. We're going to be taking a short break. We'll be right back with you once again. Region Sports Nation, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
And we're back. Tom Bialik with the Region Sports Nation here at the Hammond Civic Center. Whenever I think of baseball royalty in Northwest Indiana, I think of this young man sitting next to me, Dave Sikowski. Dave, first of all, congratulations on your induction.
Thank you, Tom. It's a tremendous honor. This is the 40th year for the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame, and it's just a tremendous honor to be a part of this.
Now, you've been here pretty much every step of the way, I know. Your career with the started the Hammond Chiefs, the impact that you've had on so many young ball players in this area is just it's just incredible, certainly noteworthy. Talk a little bit about your progression from, well, the time that you and I were in school together many years ago at Purdue, then Purdue-Calumet. How did you get to where you are today?
You know, I was a teacher in Hammond for 33 years at the elementary level, elementary PE. And I started coaching youth sports, Edison Little League, Edison Babe Ruth, Shamrocks football. I got involved with all those things. And that was really the early foundation of coaching, because there were so many great people in those programs that I learned from those organizations. And then eventually I got the opportunity to start coaching high school. And Marty Jamrose offered me a freshman football job at Gavitt, and that's my alma mater. And I took that job. And I spent 2 years with Coach Jamrose. He was a tremendous mentor. And then moved on with Rob Hansen. I spent another 7 years as his defensive coordinator. And then George Malice at Hammond High, another one of my mentors. He hired me in '87, and we spent 5 years together coaching baseball there. And then Russ Marcinek at Morton hired me to be the head baseball coach after the legendary Greg Jancic. And I spent a couple of years there. So I was blessed to come through great organizations as a kid and then have great mentors as I was going through the coaching process.
So, terrific. Well, Dave, I know you have some great mentors that you mentioned there, and I know you're a hero and mentor to many of the players that you developed, many of which went on to play Division I college baseball, all levels of college baseball, and even some pro ball players in there, right?
Yeah, and that was our hope when we first started it. Rich Blastic, myself, and then the late John Heino was involved in Irving Babe Ruth, and we got together in the winter of '90, and we said, hey, we got to put something together here for kids when they turn 16, because there really wasn't nothing after 15-year-old Babe Ruth. Mm-hmm. So we put together a program, and &91 was our first season, and the whole idea was to get these kids an opportunity to go play places and get them some exposure and go to big-time tournaments and that type of stuff, hoping that would lead to maybe getting them to the next level, college baseball.
So over 1,100 victories in your career with the Chiefs. I remember coming over to the field at Riverside Park, and the outfield fence just lined with banners, World Series accomplishments. What's the one thing that stands out to you as your crown jewel of accomplishments, Dave?
Just all the kids that had come through the program, and being able to still keep in touch with so many of those kids. That's the relationships you build with those kids when you're coaching them, and the relationships you have with them, and for them to keep in contact with you after they've long gone. And to me, I just think that's one of the greatest things in the world, to be able to have that.
Well, Dave, we've known each other for a long time. We went to school together, lost contact for many years, and then reconnected recently. And you were a humble guy in college, and you're equally as humble now. You never take credit for anything. It's always because of the people that surround you, and I think that's one of the reasons why so many people look up to you, Dave.
Well, I mean, like I said, I never played a Chiefs game. I never pitched or hit anything. The players did the work. I was just there to enjoy the ride.
Okay.
I mean, really, that's the way I look at it. I mean, man, what a great ride it's been.
Very good. Well, Dave, once again, sincerely, congratulations on your induction tonight. Certainly well-deserved. You are Mr. Baseball and baseball royalty in Northwest Indiana, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as a lot of other people around here are concerned, too. Well done, Dave.
Hey, once a chief, always a chief.
Excellent.
Thanks, Tom.
Dave Sikowski. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back in the Region Sports Nation, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Zach Miller here, back at the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Joining me right now is Hammond Chief of Staff Scott Miller. Scott, how are we doing this evening?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. I don't know if you can see in the background here, we have several hundred people coming out to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame.
This is one of the best events for sports here in Northwest Indiana, especially in a city that is so rich in athletic history as Hammond. Can you speak a little bit about the history of sports here in Hammond?
Yeah, for sure. I think some of your listeners probably know that one of the charter NFL franchises, the Hammond Pros, started right here in Hammond. And for a time, not a long time, but for a time, Papa Bear himself, George Hallis, played football for the Hammond Pros right here in Hammond. But in addition to that, we had 5 or 6 if you count Bishop Knoll. We've had 5 great high schools through Hammond's history. We had Hammond Tech, Hammond High, Gavitt, Clark, Morton, and now Hammond Central and Morton remain. But just that legacy, and when you talk to people in Hammond about what are their favorite memories, what are some of the most exciting things, they're going to bring up something with Hammond sports. They're going to talk about this mecca that back in the day on a Friday night when Hammond Tech played Hammond High, there was standing room only in this place. I love it. It's part of our community fabric and our history.
You know, the saying is, if the walls could speak, right? I mean, if these walls here in the Civic Center could speak, it could tell a story that you can listen to for the rest of your life, really. And you bring up all the different high schools. I mean, you can go talk to a different person from a different school, from a different class, and get a different great story every time, you know. As a younger person myself here, I was a 2021 class graduate from Gavitt High School in the final graduating class. And even myself, you know, sitting here, it's one of my favorite events we cover all year here for the Region Sports Network. We're so lucky to have it because of all of the great history and all the different experiences from the different high schools here.
Absolutely. One of my favorite memories, personally, I wasn't around to see it, but the one and only boys basketball state championship is from our next door neighbors, the Hammond Tech Tigers. I don't know, Zach, have you ever seen the photos of downtown Hammond?
Oh my goodness!
When the team came back in celebration of the state championship.
Oh my goodness! It's like a sea of humanity. It's like you look at it. If you make it colorized, you'll say, "Is that like a Pierogi Fest celebration?" You know, it's like everybody in the Northwest Indiana area, especially Hammond, is in that photo, and that's really what it goes to show here for the city of Hammond when it comes to our high school and athletics in general. When we have a great team, the city shows out, and it's like that for all of our sports and all of our schools.
Yeah, a few years back, you might remember Hammond Central had a really good basketball team. They were able to get down to the regional championship, and it was a whole nother part of the state, but we showed up. We were the loudest group there. Sadly, we didn't win the state title that year, but it almost like the Chicago Bears on a bigger scale. It unifies the city when we have sports teams that are doing well. We set aside our differences and we get behind the kids and the athletes and love on them and cheer them on to do their best.
Yes, I want to finally ask you here, Scott. You spoke on it a little bit, but what is your favorite Hammond sports memory?
I would say me personally, obviously I wasn't around for the Tech Tiger Championship, but okay, I would tell you one. I'm not going to bring up Hammond Central. I'm going to tell you a cool story of how international sports connected with our student athletes in Hammond. So everybody knows about the war that's been going on in Ukraine. Well, the Ukraine men's Olympic wrestling team could no longer safely practice in the Ukraine. They didn't have anywhere to go. And at the time, Governor Holcomb, he started to open up doors for Ukrainian people to come over to Indiana. And I got a call basically through the governor's office that, hey, could Hammond Central and Hammond schools support the men's Ukraine Olympic wrestling team in your facility? And I was like, absolutely yes. That's only the setup. The fun part is these Olympic wrestlers came in and they said, Scott, you can invite anyone you want to come to our practices. And so we had little kids we had big kids from the Hammond wrestling, all age groups, and they would wrestle with them and practice with them. And these are people, most of the Ukrainians didn't speak English, but the bond that sports brought in competition that brought people from another part of the world into community with Hammond kids, it was so obvious, and it'll be a lifetime memory for me. And I was very honored to be able to do that.
If that isn't a story that personifies the ethos of Hammond sports and community, I don't know what is, Scott. Thank you so much for joining us here on this broadcast today. We'll be right back after this break with another interview. This is Zach Miller on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Have you heard? Stratford-Mantell was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratford-Mantell.
We'll be back here with a short interview again. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel.
Tom Bialik back with you one more time here at the pre-induction ceremony at the Hammond Civic Center for the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. I'm here with guest of honor, Wes Lukosius. Wes, big night for you. Congratulations.
Well, I'd like to think, Tom, it's a big night for everybody, for our 5 inductees, for a gymnasium full of people here to come and enjoy the night of sports in Hammond and celebrate.
Well, I've had the opportunity to get to know you better over the last year or so, and one thing I can say about you is you're a humble man. Your humility shines through, and it certainly shines in it. But you're I guess the guest of honor of sorts with the Lifetime Achievement Award tonight. Congratulations on that, and certainly well deserved for 40 years of the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you?
Well, I never thought that I would be here this long, 40 years. I mean, you kind of go from year to year, but this has been such a labor of love. I've enjoyed staying with it. And 40 inductions have come and gone. I've met so many wonderful people. I've served with so many wonderful people, such as yourself and our great committee, people who love sports and who are devoted to it as it was played by individuals and competed in by individuals here in the great city of Hammond. To be a part of that, having grown up in Hessville, having been a Morton governor and played sports, I mean, this all brings back lots of memories and touches a lot of nerves here as far as dreaming about being an athlete and then running all the entire cycle here of honoring those who have been excellent in their sports and in the service that they've provided to Hammond.
Indeed, as a 3-sport athlete at Morton, and then a stellar career, first with the Times newspaper as a journalist, WJOB, a lifetime administrator position at Purdue Calumet, now Purdue Northwest. What's maybe one sports event that really stands out to you that you feel particularly connected to?
Well, it's kind of funny because as far as an event is concerned, the mile relay that I ran in high school still is on the record board at Morton on the track and field board. But one of my sporting activities did not occur on a football field or a running track or a basketball court. Something that a group of us, our letterman, did at Morton, and more about that will be heard tonight. But reaching out to help a fellow athlete from another high school with whom we competed in football. He had a kidney ailment, and our Letterman's Club raised some money for him, and it was very successful. The people of Hessville supported it greatly, and just to be a part of that and helping somebody else. And to me, that's what this Hall of Fame is all about. We've got 300 plus people here tonight from different high schools across Hammond. They're all friends. On the football field or on the basketball court, they were competitive, hotly competitive against each other. Tonight, we're all friends. We're all supporters. We're all love what Hammond has been for us, and the opportunities that we've had to be a part of Hammond.
Well, based on that story that you just shared, thank you for sharing that, you were and are someone's hero. And my question to you now is, who's your hero? Who's someone that you've looked up to over the years and maybe tried to model yourself after?
I played quarterback at Morton. Darrell Cheney was a quarterback 4 years ahead of me. And I remember him, I was an 8th grader during his senior year, 1965, when Morton won its mythical state championship. And then to watch Darrell play, and he was such a great three-sport athlete, basketball, and of course he went on to play Major League Baseball, and what a humble human being he continues to be. So, going over to Hessville Park, as I did so often, and in those days Morton practiced in the park, and to be able to watch those guys play, and thinking in my mind, someday I hope I'll be here in the park practicing with so many of the Hessville residents coming over to watch practice.
Wes, you've been a tremendous asset to Northwest Indiana through your athletic achievements, through media, the university, Lifetime Achievement Award tonight. Thank you so much. Congratulations, by the way. But you're not going away, are you? You're not
I'm
leaving
not
us.
going away. I look forward to continuing to serve on the committee in whatever capacity you guys would want me to do so. So I'm not going to walk away. I'm just going to hand off a lot of the heavy lifting of responsibilities to others.
Well, there you have it. Wes Lukosius, outgoing chairman of the steering committee, but not going away. Thanks, Wes.
Thank you, Tom.
We'll be back right after this. The Region Sports Nation, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side. A reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Zach Miller here, back on the Region Sports Network for the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. Joining me right now is none other than Hammond Mayor Thomas McDermott Jr.
Hey, Zach,
Tom,
how's it going?
How are you doing?
Good. It's good to see you.
It's good to have you on here. It's been a busy time for you here. It's always a busy time as the mayor of Hammond.
Yeah, I love the Civic Center. It's good to be back. You know, this is it's a Hammond history right here, and We're sitting here at the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame with a lot of great athletes and me. And no, it's just a great night. I love this event.
Is there any better place in the area for sports that has more history than the Hammond Civic Center? I mean, the whole arena, everything. You walk in, you feel the weight and the gravity of it.
Yeah, it's this place is special to me, and I'm partial because I'm the mayor, but a lot of great memories have happened in this place. And even like great memories for people that, I used to practice my baseball team in here, a bunch of little kids, and that team was really good. And this was our home field, during the winter for like a decade. So this building has been used for it all. There's been concerts in here. Famous bands like Kiss have played in here. Rush, just incredible bands over the years. This has just been a great multi-purpose building for the city of Hammond since the 1940s.
I was to say, I've heard a few of those already mentioned with Kiss and Rush and the circus coming to town, pro wrestling, pro boxing. You brought up the baseball team. What are some of your own favorite memories here with the Hammond Civic Center?
Besides the probably 100 birthday parties I've gone to in this building, because this is we do birthday parties. Downstairs there's a fully functioning pool, and a lot of people use it to work out. I trained for triathlons in this building, but my personal favorite memories is with my baseball team. They used to have a baseball infield mapped out in here, and we only broke one window in all the years we practiced here, but it was pretty jarring. And I think there's a couple dents that my team left in here as well. So those are my memories, but there's been a lot of great sectional games in here, a lot of great state championship basketball teams have gone through here, and then these events where you get famous athletes from Hammond being recognized once a year.
Yep. Always a room that you just love to be in because you see everyone coming back into Hammond.
Yeah.
What a great city it is. I mean, one of the best cities, especially in Northwest Indiana, but really in anywhere you could find for sports history. You come in here between the Hammonds, the Garys, the East Chicagos here in North Lake County.
Yeah.
You can really feel it. Every year we're lucky enough to do this broadcast. You're the one opening up our ceremonies.
Thank you.
What is something that you're going to say here for our group of inductees today?
I'm going to talk about the Bears a little bit. Just like sort of catch everybody up. It's a live audience, and I'm not going to probably tell them anything they don't know because I don't want to, risk this deal. But it seems like the topic du jour when I come up, people want to hear what's going on with the biggest economic development project the city of Hammond's ever worked on. So, and obviously with the sports crowd here, it's probably something I should touch on.
Well, now that you brought it up instead of me asking,
I'll give them a preview.
Exactly. Let's talk a little about the Chicago Bears wanting to come to Hammond.
Yeah.
How was a little bit, can you detail the process of really speaking with the McCaskies and the Bears and really the negotiations and bringing them here to Hammond?
I think they were more worried. There was a lot of thought that Hammond wouldn't be interested, to tell you the truth, that the Lost Marsh and the Wolf Lake area is too valuable to us to even consider such a thing. And I think the Bears in the state of Indiana were pleasantly surprised that Hammond jumped on to partner with them. And when I'm a partner on an economic development project, you feel my presence, and we're all in on this. And the Bears know that we're a serious group. They know we have a great group, and we know we have a great proposal on the table. I feel really good about where we are, honestly. I feel like we're the only ones with an offer on the Bears' plate right now. I think that's a good position to be in.
I mean, we have the leverage. I mean, we talk about, you, Governor Braun, and the others involved talk about the leverage, really, that the state of Indiana holds over the state of Illinois. I feel we offer the best package, no?
Absolutely. And let's just call it $1.5 billion that the Bears are looking at receiving in incentives if they locate to Indiana. Let's say Illinois matches that. I don't know if they can, but let's just say they do. Even if they match Indiana's offer, this stadium is going to be in existence for 40 years. And over 40 years, the Bears will probably lose $2, $3, $4 billion by staying in Illinois versus moving to Indiana. So in year 0, maybe Illinois can match what Indiana's offering, but in years 1 through 30, 1 through 40, the Bears lose money every single year. So I think Indiana's a great alternative for them, and I think that they're good business people, and they're going to choose us.
I think it's fair to say, closing up here, that there's going to be a little bit more negotiations left to go. I have to ask one favor here from the Region Sports Network.
Yeah, sure.
Can you get us a little bit of involvement with the Bears coming to Chicago? I mean, come on.
I got a skybox picked out for you guys already.
I was going to say,
50-yard line. Come on, Region Sports. It's only the best.
Chris Ramirez and us, we've been here for over 25 years now.
I agree, Zach. Chris Ramirez and I was just talking to him before I came on the air. I said, you guys started Region Sports Network, I think, right before I took over as mayor. So, and if it wasn't right before, it was right after. But you guys have been around that's why I never turned down an interview with you guys. You guys started around the same time as me. You're doing great work for the region. I love you. Appreciate you all. And I'm glad you're back at the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame.
The feeling is mutual. You can't get rid of us. We're only here and getting better between Mayor McDermott and Region Sports Network. This is Zach Miller here from the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame here Zach on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments. Each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the mailman, Dave Werpel, your 5th District Hammond Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. We're honoring the past, building our future. Councilman Dave Werpel. We want to thank Dave. Dave's a great guy, a Hammond guy, and that's what we're here to celebrate Hammond with another Hammond guy, Zach Miller. I can only dream about being a Hammond guy. I transplanted myself for about 20 years here, but tonight this is all about Hammond. Zach, what a great event we have here.
This is one of the best events we're able to cover anywhere here on the Region Sports Network. You can feel it as soon as you get in the building, not just with the building itself, but the environment, the people you talk to, everyone that comes into the door. It's like one legend after another where you're like, you hear a story about them, you know them. Everyone knows everyone here in a little bit of a way, and everyone has a story to tell. It's an incredible, incredible place to do an event from.
In Hammond, it's a city that maxed out around 110, 120,000 in population back a few decades ago, but it's always been a bit of a small town. And a perfect example, Dave Werpel, who's our sponsor here tonight, was your mailman and lived on your block back in the day.
Oh, Dave has been the resident Packers fan that we would argue with for my whole lifetime. He'd always come around and say, who's that on the big wheel messing around? And it would be me and my twin brother Luke. We'd be going around and he'd be yelling at us, delivering the mail. And when the Bears would inevitably beat the Bears during my childhood, he would always come around and give my dad the business. Because my dad, as big of a Bears fan that it comes, he'd let the rest of the neighborhood know when the Bears weren't doing well, yelling from the rooftops. And Dave would be there to remind him, yeah, we got you again. So it's always been an incredible relationship with Dave. And like you said, to just have it where everything comes around to another. Now we're here covering this event again, and he's our presenting sponsor. It's an awesome, Chris.
Yep, so thank you to 5th District Councilman, the mailman himself, Dave Werpel. We also want to thank candidate for Lake County Sheriff Jason Gore for helping out with tonight's broadcast, as well as People's Bank, now headquartered in Munster, but for a lifetime headquartered right here in downtown Hammond.
Yes, it's been a lot of great things coming here from Hammond. Chris, like you said, I want to touch a little bit on what you said earlier, how Hammond has that small town feel to it, despite being the biggest city in Northwest Indiana now for the last number of decades. I mean, it's really been a city of neighborhoods for its inception. You know, it's like, oh, are you from Hessville? Are you from South Hammond? Are you from Woodmar? Are you from Robertsdale? And all the sort. And you could tell that with its high schools. So really looking at our different athletes here tonight and celebrating people from our different neighborhoods, you can't escape that, where everyone has that neighborhood pride, and the high school pride especially between them. Hammond is a proud city in of itself, but even within that proud city, it's even prouder neighborhoods and high schools.
And here we are tonight at the Hammond Civic Center, perhaps the most historic venue, sports-wise at least, still existing in Northwest Indiana. And I just want to tell everybody to enjoy this moment, okay? enjoy this here tonight, what you see out here. The lights, the bleachers, the old hardwood floor, everything about it. Because you never know. You just never know. Who knows how many times we'll get to come back here and do something like this. And this is a building that tells the history of Hammond. There's no other building that I can think of that holds the amount of history in Northwest Indiana that remains. There's a few courthouses, perhaps. The Valpo Courthouse been around 100 and some years. But this has been around 1938, this was built, this building, Works Progress Administration. So this was money from the federal government during the Depression to keep people working. And, you know, tonight in Northwest Indiana's Act, there's tornado warnings all over the place. And all day long, including from our sports director, a sweating it out Mike Dewan, who was fearful of the possible tornadoes. I'm getting calls and texts from my mom tonight, my wife, you name it. Oh, my God, there's going to be a tornado. What are you doing? I'm like, is there a better building to be in than the Hammonds? Let the wind blow. Bring on the storm.
It survived much worse than what we're getting tonight, and it's still kicking as great as it ever has. So if you want to be in a place to protect yourself from the storm, you'll find no better than here at the Civic Center.
Absolutely. You won't even chip a brick no matter what the storm is. I couldn't think of a better place to be on a night like tonight, not only because of the Sports Hall of Fame here, class of 2026 in Hammond, but because of that, it's built so well that I fear not a tornado, a twister, a hurricane, you name it. This thing could extend. I believe we could survive an earthquake here in this building. That's how strong it's built. But what an incredible night this is, Zach. Looking out here, you mentioned earlier, a crowd full of legends. I see Andy Jusick right there. Longtime Northwest Indiana legend, been everywhere. He's now up with Northwestern. All kinds of different people. You got a chance to interview the mayor. You got a chance to interview his chief of staff, Scott Miller, who was the superintendent back in your day. And I got a chance to talk with Scott. Boy, he had a tough job, didn't he? I mean, you talk about the neighborhoods in Hammond. One thing the Hammond residents didn't want was schools to close. But there was a situation where you had no choice. And he was the guy that steered the Hammond city through that, the city of Hammond through that, and it came out okay. You know, you look at it, it's really no different or no worse off, and that was the great fear everybody had. You close two schools, the city's going to fall apart. That hasn't happened.
Yep, Scott, to his credit, like you said, and his staff there, they really did a great job of mitigating the storm where they really didn't have many options that they could do to get the better for what the citizens of Hammond wanted. But they did the best with what they had, and I'd like to say where we're at now, it's doing good. I see that we're getting started. They're getting people to their seats here. We're going to be starting our ceremonies here in a couple minutes here, Chris.
All right, well, then we're going to go ahead and sign off here and be back with our second stream, things from the main stage up there. Zach, great job tonight on this. Mike Dewan, Zach Zanelli, we got Justin Cole in the house. Want to thank Tom Bialik as well for all his help and everybody else, Wes Lukosius, all the people in the committee that helped us get ready for this. So great job, Zach. Way to go, buddy.
We got
all
it.
right, we're going to be back with another stream after this one here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dave Werpel, your Hammond 5th District Councilman. Dave is a proud supporter of our local legends and the leading sponsor of tonight's Hammond Sports Hall of Fame live stream. Honoring our past, building our future, Councilman Dave Werpel. Thank you to Jason Gore, 1990 Hammond High graduate and candidate for Lake County Sheriff, for sponsoring live video coverage of the 2026 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. For more information on the campaign, visit jasongoreforsheriff.com. Jason Gore, a better way for Lake County.
As days go by, the most important people in your life are here, now and always, to watch you grow, support you through the ups and downs, and to reach your goals. Trust People's Bank to be one of those relationships, guiding you through life's special moments, each event with their own financial need and desire. As you move forward, we remain by your side, a reliable partner in days gone by and in the future. People's Bank. Better banking keeps moving forward.
Have you heard? Stratton-Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop